Okay, in this troubleshoot of the GUA, we do not have the combustion blower coming on. And so we're going to troubleshoot to find out why this combustion blower doesn't come on.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this cover off. Okay, here's the guts inside that little box. Transformers here. Relay here, relay here. This one is the combustion blower relay, and this one is the fan relay. So the only one we'd really be concerned about would be the combustion blower relay. Now we're saying we came down here, the fan came on when we went to start the fan, or when we went to jumper from R to G, so we know there's power to the unit. Then let's say nothing else happens. It just sits there. There's no noise, there's no combustion blower or anything. So let's see if we can find out what could be the problem in that case. Okay, here we're looking at the back side of the terminal board with the relays here. This, I have marked this as common so that you can see it from this side. This is W, which is power going to heat. This is power coming from the transformer, and this is Y, and this is G. These two we're not using today. Let's see if we can figure out where all these wires go. Let's try the C here. They follow the blue, goes over into the transformer. Okay, that's the secondary of the transformer. Generally, these transformers will have black and white going in, and here's your white. It has a wire going right there, goes into it. And I got a black right there, and this little wire nut, so there's power to it all the time. Okay, then the leads coming out, as I said, that blue one is common. The yellow one is R for the power. So what I do when the thermostat closes, I get power between R and W. So if I had this jumpered or I had the thermostat closed, then power would go up the white wire. Up here. Okay, white wire goes up there. Now, we're going to see if we can get a little closer in this thing to show some of what the stuff looks like under here. Okay, here I got a close-up on this thing. That white wire was right here, and you can see the curlicues. That's the coil of the relay. That's what energizes a relay. Okay, the other side of it is right here. This blue wire right there. Now this is hard to see, but it's hard to see inside the unit too. So this wire here, I'll get in a different position here. Okay, now you can see that curlicue. It goes right over to this little blue. There's your curlicue there. There's your blue. Let's see if I can. The blue comes over here and goes to the common. So the common's always got power. The white gets power when the thermostat closes. That'll start this little relay. Now, all relays, at least almost all relays, tell you what the terminals are, what's behind the contacts, somewhere on them. Some of them have a little piece of paper on them that tells you, it's got a diagram. Some it's printed on there or embossed on there like this one is. But let's see if we can figure out. Now this has got a set of normally open contacts, because you don't want it on all the time. The contact's open, no power passing through. So when W gets power, energizes the coil, and closes the contacts. And let's see if we can find the contacts in this thing. Okay, here's another view here, and we're looking for what is underneath these terminals. It tells us what that terminal is. Okay, you can see it says COM. That's common. Okay, so we got common which in this case could be either side of the switch. This is a single pole double throw, but we don't use a second throw. So this is going to turn on, needs to turn on 120 volts. It goes to the combustion blower. So let's see if we can figure out where these wires go. Okay, on this one, all you can see is an N. So I'm going to pop that off so you can see. Now if you look close at it says NO for normally open. So you know that's the other side of the contact. So I put it back on. Now, let's see where these wires go. Okay, earlier I showed you the hot side of the line was right here on this wire nut. And if you look, one of the wires coming off this wire nut right there goes over and it hooks right there on the common of that relay. Okay, the other one, the one on the other side, actually has two wires coming off of it, and they're going up here. Okay, so we thought we could not get the combustion blower to come on. We jumpered from R to G, we got a fan to come on, so we knew there was power there. If we didn't get anything happen when we went from R to G, we'd have to be looking for transformer problems or some other power problems. So I jumper from W to R, nothing happens. That means I've got a problem with that relay. So we're going to put our probes on the relay. Okay, now I've set my voltmeter up and I've got the probes mounted across the coil of that relay. Then I'm going to take my jumper and I can hear the relay click in, and I'm showing 26 volts across it. So I do have power to it. I heard a click, but nothing else happened. What that means is either my relay has failed or something else has failed, like the combustion blowers failed. So let's see if we can figure out if what's going on here, what is actually the failure. Okay, let's look at what I've got now. I've got one side of my lead is on the common, which is all those white wires coming together, and I've closed the thermostat, or I've put a jumper in there so this relay should energize. And then I have power to here, you can see that, but I should have, because that's got power coming to it all the time from here. Now if I go here and I show I have power there, that means the switch is closed. So that relay is okay. My problem is downstream.
Okay, now I'm up at the force draft motor, and the two black wires are the ones that go to the motor. The other two go to the centrifugal switch. How did I know that? Hey, look there, and the squiggly line, which usually is a heater, is actually the motor. So I know the two blacks are red. So there's no switches, there's no terminals or anything between here and there. So got a plug right there. That could be the problem. So what we've come up with is either the motor has failed or there's a problem in that plug. So you can pull a plug off and see if there's power coming through there. If there's power coming through there, there's power going to the motor. So you're going to have to take a look at that motor and find out if the windings are open on it or what's happened. Most likely you'll find power does go to the motor and the motor is just locked up. So you have to pull apart and take a look at it and see if you can figure out what has happened. And the next video will be the blower runs, but we don't get any fire.